of life. Love and pride, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandelier, smoke is reflected. Off the mirrors appear quick, ready from ear to ear. Craving the rain in the rain, rekindle the flame. Close as she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear. Shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, in paradise. We know I've heard this. In paradise, in paradise. We know what our word is. In paradise, in paradise. We manifest dreams. In paradise, in paradise. Truth is what you can see.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and today we're at one of my favorite places, Rococo on Western. And if you've never been here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, but I suggest that you get here and you get the chance to enjoy this fantastic place. It is delicious and something I very much enjoy. And if you've been here before, you know what I'm saying. And if you haven't been here before, when you do get here, it will be something that you can't resist and you will have to come back. I don't know very few people who have actually been here who have not come back. And it is just fantastic. I love the people. And of course, Bruce and his staff are fantastic. And they were giving me crap the other night because I have not been here in a while. And they were like, "Did you stop your show?" And I said, "No." We basically took the summer. We didn't take the summer off, but, you know, it's just so hard to kind of get around. And it makes me tough trying to get out and carry out my equipment around and all that stuff. So I was just kind of, let me take a little bit of time off. Anyway, Rococo on Western, 4308 Northwestern, across from the SIP, and right next to Sushi Neko. I found that I was saying that wrong. My girl Jennifer Falkenstein corrected me on that. It's not Nico, it's Neko. And they're open Sundays and Saturdays for brunch from 11. Sundays open from 11 to 10 for brunch. And if you haven't been here for brunch, dude, you have no idea what you're missing. And I promise you will come back because it is fantastic. Well, so anyway, they're open Monday through Thursday from 11 to 10, Fridays and Saturdays from 11 to 11, and they also have brunch on Saturday. So come by and get brunch, and you can watch football. Of course, the bar, they do have stuff available. TVs available above the bar. So if you want to watch your favorite college team, you're more than welcome to come in, and they will have one of the games on because they can get it for you. So I highly recommend you come to Rococo's. Like I said, it's one of my favorite places to come eat at and just come enjoy it. And also, if you guys want to join the show or you want to say something on the show, I suggest you go ahead and you can go to God, I hope I didn't knock that out. Okay, you can go to YouTube, search The Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark, like, subscribe, hit notifications, and every time we're on, you'll be able to see it. So whenever we're on, I will be able to, excuse me, you'll be able to comment. I'll be able to tell you who you are and that you've commented. Or if you have questions, go ahead and ask the questions. We'll be able to answer that way. And, of course, after the storm, our OKC Thunder post-game analysis show, which we'll be starting that up really soon because the Thunder season is about upon us, and so we'll be starting season 3 of that, getting that going. And by the way, this is season 3 for the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark. You know, today is our first show of season 3, you know, because we always try to gauge it through football season. When football season starts, that's when we try to start the new season. Now, before last year, I started to do a basketball season, but I think football is a better gauge of when we can start doing it because we started in basketball last year is when we actually started for the first time, and then last year in year 2 we started in basketball. But I figure that now that we've been going 300 or 400 shows, that let's go ahead and start doing football and let that be our first show. So like I said, go to YouTube, like, subscribe, search for The Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark, like, subscribe, hit notification, and every time we're on, you'll be able to see it. Also, after the storm, your OKC Thunder show, you'll be able to do that. Like I said, you'll be on YouTube or Facebook, you'll be able to do that as well. Or you can go to www.mcsportsnetwork.com, which is our website. Go in there, get that taken care of, and you'll be able to watch our show and get any of that done. So, today we're going to start out. I'm so over the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese deal. it's so frustrating to somebody like me and a lot of, you know, because the WNBA has really made this difficult. Because, and okay, let me preface this by saying, I understand that the WNBA got no looks, no views, no this, and it was just a league over here by themselves, and they were doing their own thing. And those girls, for them to make money, they had to go overseas to make all the money. They were not making the amount of money they're making over here. Now, that being said, since Caitlin Clark came, and Angel Reese, but primarily Caitlin Clark, the NBA, the WNBA has been getting, or the W as they call it, has been getting all kinds of views, has been getting all kinds of publications, has been getting all this notoriety, has been getting all this attention. And these veteran players have fought back and don't like it because all the work that they put in, she's getting all the benefit. Now, as I said numerous times, to me it dawns back to what happened with Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. People don't even remember this. And I tell people this, and they go, what? The NBA back in the day the NBA Finals was tape delayed. So these guys could play in the finals, go home, and then watch the game. That's how it was. Then all of a sudden, when Larry Bird and Magic Johnson came, bam, the viewership got up. All of a sudden, people were interested. And then what happened? Michael Jordan came. And there was some resentment. There were some issues when Jordan came. But to me, it's like, what are you guys doing? What is wrong with you people? Caitlin Clark, just like with Jordan got beat up and stuff because he was getting all the attention. Well, let me see what has Caitlin Clark done for you guys. I remember last year you guys were griping about, how tired you were because of all the travel. You had to, fly commercial, sitting in airports, doing all this stuff, and you were griping about it. Now, because of her, you guys get what? You get private planes. You get private planes to fly on so you can go from one destination just like the NBA does. And what are you doing? You're bitching about it. You're upset about it. Why? Because this little white girl is the one that's getting all the attention and all you all from the past. And is that it? Now, I don't necessarily believe it's because she's white. Now, I think it probably a small percentage of people, women are upset about that. But I think for the most part, people are upset about the fact that she's coming in and that they don't believe she's earned her stripes to get the notoriety and to get the attention that she gets. Same thing with Jordan. Well, what has she done? Okay, she's come in since the All-Star break, since she got her rest, not playing in the Olympics. Because remember, she went straight from college, straight to the pros. And they gave her the toughest schedule that there was right off the bat. And I don't get what they were doing with that. I mean, it's just been mismanaged from the very, very beginning. But it ends up being a better thing because, yes, she got all the tough start, but what's happened? Since then, her schedule's gotten easier. They've learned how to play together. They've used this break from the Olympics to get together and get their game as cohesive as a unit. Plus, what are they doing? They are rallying around her. Now, think about this. 17% of all flagrant fouls have come against her. And guess which team is giving them the most? Angel Reese's team, Chicago Sky. They've committed the most flagrants against her than any other team. Okay, now, here are the options. Do you want, as the WNBA, do something about it by going ahead and throwing these girls out? If you're gonna take a cheap shot, throw your ass out. Like she got shoulder strapped the other night. Hey, you're gone. That's the number 2. That's not number 1. You're gone. Stop that shit. If you want to foul me hard, fine. But if you're just going to shoulder check me while I'm dribbling down the court, you're gone. That's not a basketball play. It's not a basketball play. But I understand they don't want to give her favoritism. Okay? So, number 1, is it the racism part? To some degree, I believe it is. A lot of these women are mad about that. But number 2, I think the most important thing is this. I think a lot of these women are jealous because they feel like she has not done anything to deserve the attention, even though they're benefiting greatly by filled-up arenas, by the jersey sales, by all of this stuff, all this attention. People are now watching them. They're now relevant. but they're upset because they put in all the work, they put in all the time, they've done all this stuff, and they did not do it. And here comes this little girl from Iowa, and she's the one that's getting all the attention. And I'm sorry, why don't you revel in the fact that you are getting attention? It's like Cheryl Swoop's going off the rail. Angel Reese is not the Rookie of the Year. Now, she does some stuff, yes, but I'm sorry, at the detriment of her team, a lot of her offensive rebounds come off her misses. Okay? A lot of her rebounds come off her misses on the offensive side. Caitlin Clark has gotten what? Her numbers are going through the roof. Because, one, she actually got 2 weeks of rest. She went from straight up college basketball, getting beat up, the pressure of being Caitlin Clark, being the player of the year, being all this stuff, all this hype, all this notoriety. It wears on you. Believe me, I've been there. It wears on you. So here she is getting all this attention, and it wears you down mentally. And then physically, she's getting beat up. She's getting flagrant foul after flagrant foul in college. They would take cheap shots at her. Now she's getting the same thing in the pros. So it wears down on you. But what does that mean? I think most importantly is the jealousy of the simple fact that they don't believe she's earned the right to get the attention. But my point is this. You all are getting attention. Now, she's great as Cheryl Stoops was. No. Is she the Rookie of the Year? Without question. She's getting voted for Player of the Year. Is she the Player of the Year? Hell no. That is Angel Wilson. A'ja Wilson. A'ja Wilson is the Player of the Year. She is the best player in the world, not Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is the best rookie, without question. You look at what she's doing numbers-wise, assists, breaking the records, all the stuff she's doing. And remember, I've always said this. There's a difference between beating a record and breaking a record. Two totally different things. Okay? Two totally different things, beating a record and breaking a record. They are not the same. There are tons of people who beat records all day long. But breaking a record means it took you less time than the person did to set it. That's breaking it. And there's a difference. And she's breaking records. So to me, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand. I'm frustrated with the animosity that's thrown her way. Now, granted, is it racism, which is what I talked about from the very outset? A part of it is, without question. Our country is sorely divided in racism. It reminds me back in the day how it used to be. And all what's happened is lately over the last 8 years is that the racism has been brought from the closet and the back rooms out to the living room, out into the streets. That's all it's done. It's never not gone. It's always been here. It's always been here. Now it's just opened up. People now feel comfortable saying what they want to say out in public. That's the difference. And this is the same thing with her. But I think it's less of it being a white girl who's getting attention than it is the fact that she's new and upcoming, and a lot of these girls feel like she don't deserve it. But hell, you're the one that's benefiting from it. You're benefiting from it. Why are you mad? Why are you not embracing it? Why are you not happy? Why are you not going, hey, this is a good thing? Because it's not you? Because you didn't do it? And I hate to tell you this, she's pretty good. She's pretty good. She's doing great. I like her. Now, I think that this is more about her and what the WNBA is doing than Angel Reese. I think Angel Reese is a nice story. And I think it's great what she's doing with the double-doubles. But it's not what this girl's doing. This is the girl. This woman is doing. She's assisting her teammates, and now she's knocking down threes. She's getting more and more comfortable with how the game is played. It's just look at Wemby, and you see what happened with Wemby last year. It took him about a half a season to figure out how to do it. And once he did, he's been on a fly. He went on a roll. She's the exact same way. She's figuring out how to do it. What does she have? She has ball handling skills. She has great vision. She's unselfish. And what can she do? She can shoot. That's what this lady can do. That's what this woman can do. That's what Caitlin Clark is. She is a consummate a team player. That's what she is. She can shoot. She can dribble. She's got handles. She can pass. And she can score and be selfish if she needs to. So all the vitriol towards her, I don't get. I'm like, guys, chill out. You should be happy that now What you've been griping about for a year, 2 years, is you're not doing that anymore. You don't have to worry about private. You don't have to worry about sitting in airports. And those of us that travel to just in the airport, you know it's a pain in the ass when you got to wait 3 or 4 hours to catch your flight. You're on a private plane. You go straight from the game to the airport, on your plane, gone. Instead of praising her and thanking her for it, you guys are beating her up about it. Come on. But that being said, she is running away with the Rookie of the Year without question. And I'm sorry that she's a white girl from Iowa. I don't give a shit. She is an excellent basketball player. Like I said, she can do everything. Now, the only thing she can't do is play defense. She's like Steph Curry. He don't play defense either. But he can shoot it. He can pass. He makes his teammates better. Isn't that what you want? And she's the point guard. So I don't like what is being portrayed necessarily in it. I'm tired of the racism stuff. And if you're my age, you've lived through the end of racism and what it was really like, prejudice. You kind of, and everything, like I said, is coming back now. But that being said, I'm happy for her. I'm happy for what the attention she's bringing to the game because I've always liked the WNBA. I've always liked it. And I think it's a great deal. Now, they're way more physical than the men because they don't play above the rim. It's like the European basketball. They don't play above the rim. Same thing. So I'm just sad that it's really come to this, that you have to deal with all of this nonsense that you have to deal with here in the WNBA and what it's going. It's ladies, can we just say thank you to the girl for bringing attention to your sport? Can you say thank you for the fact that the Las Vegas Aces, what they did for them, giving them the $250,000 or $225,000, whatever it was? Can you not be thankful and grateful that because of her, because of the attention, they can now do that? Now, granted, I believe that she shouldn't have been on the Olympic team. But on the other side of that, would it have brought more attention? Would y'all have been way more watched than you were? You're having the smallest crowds. You know why? Because her and Angel Reese were not on the team. You put them on the team, even though they weren't going to, how are they going to contribute more than the 12th and 13th girl on the team? Dante Rossi didn't even play in the finals. But once again, you mismanaged and you mishandled how this, because it's your first time around. Now, do I think the WNBA better next year and how they handle Caitlin Clark? 100%. Because it's like anything else. It's like becoming a new mom or new dad or whatever. You have to learn, and every year you get better at it. And every kid you get better at it, the second kid, third kid, whatever. It's a process. So I think it is a process for them. So that being said, Caitlin Clark is not the MVP of the league. Not close. The best player in the league is A'ja Wilson. Not even close. She's the best player. Caitlin Clark, Rookie of the Year. And it's like, I saw something today. It was talking about how the unanimous should be 2 unanimous picks. It should be unanimous MVP, but it won't, because some people give Caitlin Clark some votes, which is stupid. The best player in the league is A'ja Wilson. The Rookie of the Year is Caitlin. But Caitlin's going to get some MVP votes, which is stupid. There's no question that A'ja Wilson is the MVP. There's no question that Caitlin Clark is the Rookie of the Year. No question. But you're going to have some of these idiots, which is what I always say, you shouldn't have in there. But in this particular case, I believe some WNBA players will give Angel Reese the MVP because of, like I said, the jealousy more than it is anything else of the fact that they don't believe she's earned, talking about Caitlin Clark, earned the notoriety, and I disagree with that 100%. I think that she's come in, she's earned the right to get the attention that she's getting, and I completely disagree with that. That's just me and how I feel about it, so. But anyway, tell you what, we had some good college games this past weekend. I said, I know this is Wednesday, and we're going to briefly go over that. When we talk, let's go ahead and do the rankings. because we got a chance to watch teams play. Georgia, no doubt. They spanked Clemson. They beat them like a stepchild. I mean, they beat Clemson like a stepchild. Now, does that mean Clemson is bad, or does that mean that Georgia's really, really good? And I think it's because Georgia's really, really good. Now, Dabo Swinney and him hating the NIL and saying how he hates the transfer portal. He's going to develop kids. Well, in today's game, if you're trying to develop kids, you're going to get the brakes beat off of you. That's what's going to happen. Ohio State, number 2. Yes, they're number 2. They didn't do anything to say different to me. Texas, number 3. They were just Arch Manning. He's going to be a better pro than Ewers. There's no doubt. And I like Ewers a lot, but let's face it, he came back for one specific reason, because he was not going to be drafted last year. If he was, it was going to be late rounds. And so he came around this year because he knew he's going to draft it, get his status updated. But when you look at Arch Manning and what he does, the way he throws, the way he moves, he's just an NFL quarterback. It's written all over him. Alabama, boy, they are scary. I mean, scary the way they look. I saw them play, and I'm just like, oh my God. They're really good. They're really good. I can't wait to see them in Georgia go at it. But the SEC is going to be nice. Notre Dame, great win by Notre Dame this weekend, beating Texas A&M in Texas A&M. I thought it was a great game going back and forth, but Notre Dame, once again, the Golden Domes that they are, played really well. I loved what I saw from them. I loved how they attacked the game. I love how they ran the football. They were physical up front, and I just like Notre Dame. I like what they did, but they knew to get into a conference. But now they really don't anymore, because now with the 12-team playoffs, they don't really have to go in. And, of course, we're going to have to adjust our 12-team playoff, I think, a little bit compared to what it was. We're definitely going to have to do something with that. Ole Miss, I tell you what, I love it down there. I love in Oxford. I love Mississippi. I love being down there. The best tailgate, no question, of any I've been to, and I've been to probably 8 to 10 different tailgates, and they are just amazing down there. Oregon, I hope they get what they deserve. I just don't like the way that he handled the Deion thing. I don't like the animosity, the jealousy, the pettiness. I don't like when coaches are petty and they act like that. To me, I want you to get your brains kicked in. Because they had them above Ohio State. I hope they get their brains kicked in. I don't like what he did. I don't like the way he did things. I hope he gets his butt. And they almost got beat. And I would have loved it. Penn State, it's just Penn State. That's just who they are. Great coaching, great player, very good players. They have 4 or 5 great players, or 3 or 4 great players, and they mix in a bunch of good players. A bunch, 80% or 85% of their roster, or 90% of their roster. It's just great role players who know how to play, and you just got to take your hat off to them. They coach them up. Missouri, the Tigers, good seeing the Tigers back. And love what they're doing down there in Missouri, and I do love Columbus. It's a great town. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't been there, you need to go there sometime. It's a great place to watch a football game, and just a great town to go out and have a good time every time I've been to Columbus. Then, of course, the Michigan Wolverines, I still think, just like Drew and I talked about Henthorne, I think they are a little higher ranked than what they should be. That's just me. I think they're good, but this weekend they got coming up, that's going to be a hell of a game, and we're going to talk about that in detail here in a minute when we do the college football schedule. And then Utah and the Big 12, they're just a good, strong football team. They're well coached. They've got talent. They move well. They can play defense. The quarterback is one of the best quarterbacks in the country. So I really like them, and I cannot wait to watch them in Oklahoma State go at it. Number 12, Miami. Man, I tell you what, the Canes back. Going into the swamp and doing what they did to Florida. Sorry, my boy Ben, Dr. Ben. Sorry, Parent. I'm sorry, bro. Dr. B, sorry, man. They went in there and and kick your team's teeth in. They went in there and just took care of business into the swamp. And, they could be real, but I'm not going to get too excited about them because it was one game, and it is Florida, and they all know each other. They all play junior high against each other. They play high school against each other. They play, whatever. They play. Some play on the same teams, and then turn around and play against each other. So I'm not going to take too much stock in it. SC, great way about them going into LSU, even though I think LSU kind of did some things that kind of let them in the hook once again. Stupid bonehead mistakes. How do you target somebody? But he is the one that had, I don't know if people remember early in the game, he hit that wide receiver and pointed a gun at him like he was shooting him. You got to curtail that kind of behavior. But I know that's how a lot of those kids grow up, and that's how they are. But you have to, as a coach, you got to balance between. That's one thing I loved about Switzer. That's one thing I loved about Saban and Stoops and great coaches like that. What they do is they allow you to be you, but then they're like, hey, you keep all that other stuff. We don't do that on the field. When you come on the field, you play a football player. All that other stuff you kick off. And that's the problem with Urban Meyer. He just wanted to win. And you can see a lot of his players, a lot of things that happen with him. That's the thing about Urban the issue I had. As a coach overall, fantastic. Tennessee, still not so sure about them and what kind of team they are. We shall see. We'll see. OU, I thought they did what they're supposed to do. Man, tell you what, the quarterback, every time I turn around, 5-yard pass, 5-yard pass, 8-yard pass, 7-yard. He's going to have to throw the ball down the field at some point. But they did get a convincing win. Their defensive front line is going to be really good. Their offensive line is getting better, but he's going to have to show me he can throw past the damn ball. That's what he's going to show me. Oklahoma State, I was really, really surprised at what they did. They shocked me. They're the one team over here on this list that I thought the game was going to be closer, but they hit them in the mouth. They kept punching them in the mouth. And I was really, really impressed with what I saw from them, to be honest. I was really, really shocked on what I saw from them. Really, really shocked. So my hat is off to the coaching staff at Oklahoma State, football coaching staff, for what they did. It was just crazy. And then, by the way, got a chance to meet Coach Lutz, the basketball coach. And let me take my hat off to that man and what he's going to be able to do. He reminds me of Coach Underwood. I love what I saw out of him. So I think he's going to be able to turn that program around. You got to give him a couple years because he's got some challenges with the players that he has. But they play hard. I like what they're doing. They're going to be coached hard. So I'm excited about what I saw from that. Kansas State, it's the Wildcats. It's what they do. It's the Wildcats. There's nothing more, nothing less to be said. They are the Wildcats. They are who the hell they are. Tough football, especially you got to go to Manhattan to play. And if you've been to Manhattan before to play basketball or baseball or football or whatever, that is a tough place to play there in Manhattan, Kansas. LSU, complete disappointment, but they were the same way last year. They lost the opening game. Well, they lost the last 5 straight opening games. And so it's like I said always, it's not where you start, it's how you finish. Just like we go into the NFL and talk about NFL and what happened with that. So not how you start, it's how you finish. Kansas, it amazes me that the 17th ranked team is Kansas State. The 19th ranked team is KU. That blows me away. That just blows me away. But they got a great quarterback. They seem to have turned things around. They're spending the money on football that they need to spend to get the players in. And Kansas, I can tell you this, Lawrence is a fun place to play. Hang out in. Fun place. Arizona, I'm going to reserve judgment on them for a little bit. We're going to see how they're going to give me a couple weeks on them and see how they are. Iowa, same thing. They've got a big game. We'll talk about that with Iowa State this weekend. So we'll talk about that a little bit here in a minute. The Louisville Cardinals, them, Georgia Tech, North Carolina State are all the same to me. I don't know. It's too early to tell them for me to make a decision on any of them right now. Give me a couple of weeks, and then I'll be able to, because it takes more than one game. It's just the first game. And then Clemson, once again, I said earlier, the coach and what he was doing with that just blows me away on how Dabo Swinney is going to have to change his outlook towards what he wants to do. There's a program, because if he sticks to that old school, not that they will fire him or anything, but I think his job may be up for grabs if he doesn't change the way he thinks, because you have to, NIL and transfer portal, there's today's football. You got to be able to do both. You got to be able to deal with the transfer portal. You got to be able to go out and get players, and then you also have to be able to pay players. Hell, you got enough money down there, Death Valley. Go get some of it. You got money down there, okay? You got money down there. You got money, so you don't say you don't. I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. SRB, if you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit our guys up over there with Guy Mark Long. He loves to be behind the scenes, and they will take care of whatever you need today, especially if you get a new complex or new buildings that you're building. They can come in and make sure everything works properly. And then, of course, if you have a water treatment plant, they really, really can come in there and take care of that. But who the hell doesn't like clean drinking water? I know the hell I do. Collaborative Logic, if you have needs for computers or software to make your office run smoother, networking, they can do it all, as well as website design. So hit our guys up over at Collaborative Logic. And every time I have a problem, the thing I love about them is they can remote in. They don't have to come in. I don't have to take my computer in unless it's something to do with the hardware. They can come in and they can fix it remotely, which is fantastic. And then Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit my guy up over there, Jose Fierro. And then, of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender. They're a member of the FDIC. They're a proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. So we appreciate them and their support out here in this world. And you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into the 5 locations, the main bank at 401 Elm, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway. YB Mustang, located 218 North Mustang Road. YB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40 on Garth Brooks. 200 steps from, as my guy Drew Thor says, the Waffle House parking lot, which is BS. That is not true, but it's true. It's what he does. He loves to torture Nathan. And then, of course, YB Peoples, located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and McCarthy. Can't miss it. And, of course, Elm Grove Clothing. My guy, Binky Triplin, is the guy over there. You can contact him at 405-332-8787 for suits and stuff. So he's got suits from $500 on up, custom made for you to make you look good. And then, of course, here's the email that you can email him, info@elmgroveclothing.com or sales@elmgroveclothing.com. Either one of those. There's his P.O. box, but I suggest give him a call at 405-332-8787 and contact my boy. He's going to hook us up, and we're going to change our style a little bit for the fall on what we're going to wear and how we're going to look, and it's all going to be because of Elm Grove Clothing. So hit my guy up. He is fantastic, and he will do great wonders with you, making you look fantastic and how everything goes. So now part of what we're doing is the NFL and college football season. Like I said, in college, we were talking about that, and I'm going to get back to college real quick because we were talking about the upcoming games, what's coming up. And you got Texas and Michigan. Like I said, Michigan, we're going to see how good you are. Remember I said that in the beginning. You know, you're number 10, so we're going to see if that ranking is good. But Texas, you're going to have to go in the big house. Now, you have done it before, but Vince Young was your quarterback when you did that before. So going in there and winning in Ann Arbor, the big house, we're going to see how that works and if you're going to be able to do it. But that's at 11 o'clock on Fox, number 3 Texas versus number 10 Michigan. So we're going to see how good Michigan really is. Michigan plus 7.5. The over-under is 42.5. And, of course, 11 a.m. on Fox on Saturday. I will be watching that game. Of course, Iowa State versus Iowa, like we talked about earlier. Iowa at home, it's minus 4.5. No, or minus 42. Okay, minus 42. Over under 57.5. Games at 2:30 on Paramount Plus. Now, I'm a Paramount Plus guy, but I've got to go ahead and do the subscription to Paramount, which I'm not overly excited about. All these different subscriptions you got to get for this and for that. It's kind of becoming a pain, but if you want to watch football or basketball, this is almost what you got to, almost is coming down to. Now, here it is, the big game tomorrow night. This is it. The Ravens versus the Chiefs. Chiefs +3. Excuse me. Chiefs are -3, not +3. -3. Or are they +3? Over under 46.5. I thought, did I get that wrong? The Chiefs are not favored? I would think the Chiefs are favored. Let me go check that real quick. That's got to be Ravens, Chiefs. Odds. Did I get that wrong? Let me see. I think that should be -3 for whatever. I don't know how the hell the Chiefs are not favored at home. Okay, -3. Okay, there we go. The Chiefs are -3 at home. Okay, that makes complete sense because I'm like, that doesn't make. I'm like, what are you talking about? That didn't make any sense to me at all. Let me see. I was like, I know that's not right. That can't be right. You know what I mean? There's just no way that the Chiefs were not favored in that game. I'm like, let me see if I can get that fixed real quick for you guys because I don't like being wrong like that. So let me fix that real quick because I did not like that. I mean, that makes no sense to me that the Chiefs, let's see, NFL. Okay, guys, hang on, bear with me 1 second while I fix this. Okay, there we go. Yes, of course, 7:20 tomorrow night on NBC. I will be watching that game tomorrow. Now, remember, I'll let you guys Friday. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a show because I'll be in Dallas. One of my very good friends, she passed away, and her celebration of life and all of that will be on Friday. So I don't know if we're going to be doing a show on Friday. So the Thursday night I'll be in there just hanging out with the girls and giving the page to them and giving them some love because that's just, I love me some Patty. And sorry to hear that she's done that, so that she passed away. But anyway, that being said, looking forward to seeing all of them and running into a lot of people that I know and fans of hers, so that's going to be exciting just to kind of get everybody together, so that's going to be good. So I don't know if we're going to be doing a show on Friday day, so we'll see. And then, of course, on Friday at 7:15 is the Packers versus the Eagle on Peacock. Now, that's overseas, so we'll see how that, I believe it's in Germany. And, of course, the Eagles are 2.5-point favorites, 48.5 is the over-under for that particular game. So we'll see how that turns out. But Ravens and Chiefs, which of course is the second game of where they played each other in the championship last year where they played each other in the AFC Championship game, and of course Lamar's 1-3 against Mahomes, and the one game that they won. If people don't remember this. The Chiefs were holding on to the ball so they kick a field goal to win the game, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire ran into the back one of his players and fumbled. That's how they lost that game. Or Butker probably would have made the field goal to win the game for them. That's how they lost. As Clyde Edwards-Helaire had both his hands and ran into the back of one of his linemen and fumbled the ball. That's how Lamar got his only victory. So we shall see how that is going to play out. I'm excited to see that game and see what happens with that because I just love the matchups. I don't like that it's this early. And like I said, I think this is more of a win, a must-win or I didn't say that, but this is more of a win for the Ravens, I believe, than the Chiefs. Because remember, the Chiefs lost last year, the first game of the year, to the Detroit Lions, of course, no Travis Kelce, no Chris Jones, and of course, Kadarius Toney, who was cut from the team. Ball went straight through his hands. It was a pick six, which ended up being the game winner against the Chiefs last year. So they had a lot of issues about things that had to be done. So I'm excited about seeing what's going to happen with that and what they're doing. And then, of course, I was hoping our guy Drew Henthorne would be on by now, but he's not. So let's go ahead and do some picks, some Drew's picks. And his picks are this. He's taking the Braves, the money line, minus 285. The Blue Jays, plus 108. The Orioles, minus 405. And the Orioles are just playing great. And here are my Cubbies, minus 210. I'm like, wait, what the hell? The Cubbies? The Cubbies, minus 210? Like that. So, anyway, here's Drew's picks. And if you've been following him, you know that he has been pretty good on his picks and what he's been able to do and what's going on with him. So, looking forward to that. Now, in NFL news, why didn't that pop up? That's not right. That's not the news right there. Let me put this up real quick because that is not the news. The news is I did not check that. I apologize to everybody right now. NFL news was something else. Where is it? There we go. This is what it's supposed to be. I have two of those in there, so I need to delete one of those out of my deal. But anyway, Eagles wide receiver, Devontae Smith, which I thought was interesting. But anyway, Devontae Smith has been stripped of his captain status after not getting enough votes from his teammates. I'll let y'all sink in for a little bit. He's been stripped of his captain status after not getting enough votes from his teammates. Not getting enough votes. Now, that says several things to me. One, it says what your teammates think of you. The fact that they don't respect you as a captain any longer for whatever reason. Now, whether that has to do with the coach, Nick Sirianni, or whether that's you or whatever, but for you to get stripped of it because you didn't get enough votes after them voting you in to be a captain, that says that you aren't giving those guys what they need in order to have the confidence in you to be able to lead them. That's what that says. That's what that says. Now, whether that's a indication of what happened last year with the Eagles at the end of the year, which caused them to fall apart, which is what they did. And the question is, has that been fixed? Now, will we know that after game one? No, I don't think you're going to know after game one. I think after 5 or 6 or 7 games into the season, you're going to have a good feel for whether the Eagles are going to be here, whether the Eagles are going to be here, or whether the Eagles are going to be there. Now, with the addition of Saquon Barkley, that's going to add to what they can accomplish and what they can do 100%. But the question is, are we going to see the Eagles do this? Are they going to soar? Are they just going to stay in a level plane? Or are they going to go down like they did in this year? So is this going to be, what happened at the end of last year going to continue into this year for them to stay in a tailspin? Or are they going to slowly start reviving up and getting better? That's the question of what you're going to have to find out, or what we're going to have to find out from the Eagles. And nobody knows what that's going to be currently. Nobody knows what that's going to be. And you can say you do, but you don't. And you know how it's going to portray. You don't know what's going to happen. You just don't know yet. So we shall see. And by the way, I'm over here looking across, and I had met the owner of the Chicken Shack, a few weeks ago. And he told me that they are going in where next to Sapango's, where the drum room used to be. They're putting in a Chicken Shack, and I'm watching them put up their sign right now. And I love the Chicken Shack. I know you guys, if you've been there before, you know you love the Chicken Shack. And one thing about me, I love food. I love food. That's why I said I cannot wait for the Oak to open up. One of my favorite places. Macera is opening up, and if you haven't had their Mexican food, So that's going to be my go-to Mexican spot now. I love Macero. Love Macero. So I'll be there quite a bit. And then, of course, one of my favorite places, Capitol Grill. Because when I lived in Houston, the one there on Westheimer right by the Galleria, I'd probably eat there twice a week and just love that place. It's one of my favorite places when I lived in Houston. And we lived like mile from there, half a mile from there. Love me some Capitol Grill. Love me some Capitol Grill. So I cannot wait for them to open up. And we've got a couple things. We have Fogo de Che that just opened up, or Fogo de Chao for you guys that don't understand the word of it. But Fogo de Che opened up, which I love there. Then we've got this that opened up, this opening up. You've got Michael's Grill. You've got the Ranch. You've got Mahogany. So you've got a bunch of places that you can go eat. And you got the Hutch. I'm excited about, of course, the stand up place. Junior's looks the same, food's the same, everything's the same. Always good, but if you don't like smoking cigars, or if you don't like the smell of cigars or smoke, that's not the place for you. But me, on the other hand, I love it. And their fried chicken. Oh. But anyway, speaking of that, I want to give Chicken Shack a shout out because that's going to be really, really good. And I'm glad that they've got some good food. And I'm excited about it. So, what you doing back there, Had? Now, what you doing?
Checking you out.
Are you checking me out?
I'm checking you out.
I'm doing that. And I'm also checking out the Chicken Shack.
I get excited about that.
I know. I'm excited. I was just talking about the Chicken Shack.
Have you ever been to the one out in Arcadia?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, I haven't been to Arcadia. I went to the one that was in
the original.
Yeah, in Meeker, not Meeker, but where is it at? Oh my God!
It was in Norman, wasn't it?
No. The original is in Bob Meeker. Oh my God! What is the name of that place? My guy Johnny Vick used to be the coach there. It was a hole in the wall, little small parking lot. Dirt and rocks. What is it? Where was it at?
I can't remember. I never made it out there. But I've been to the one in Arcadia. It's really.
Well, the new one in Arcadia I have not been to yet.
The product is just good and.
Yeah, but it's so good. I love it. And I met the owner a few weeks ago, and he was telling me that they're opening it up. I was like, good. He goes, oh, you don't like coming to Arcadia? I go, I really don't do Edmond, bro. If you're in Edmond, I don't.
That's another country.
Yeah, I don't. Plus everything I want to eat is right here. I want to come here. I want to eat here. Everything I want to eat is here. I got the Hutch here. I got this. I've got the Ranch. I've got Michael's Grill. I've got the La Baguette. Everything I want to eat is within a 5 mile to 8 mile radius of my house. So it's like
home is home.
Guess what? I'm never disappointed by the food. It's always, by the way, that vegetable beef soup.
That's real good, isn't it?
It was really tasty. It's really tasty, and I appreciate it. It was really, really good. I enjoyed that. And then, wait, hold on. Carolyn sent me a message. Maybe she's telling me where it's at. Luther,
that's right.
Thank you, Carolyn. Luther, Oklahoma. But anyway, it's right there across the street, right here, the Chicken Shack. And so it's great. So anyway, I'm excited about that. And I cannot wait because I love living where I live. Everything is close. I'll be able to give me some chicken. I'll be able to give me whatever I need, by the way. Oh, my God, their gravy. Oh, man. Just a happy fat kid. That's what I am. I am a happy fat kid. So that being said, I was hoping my guy Drew Hinthorn was going to come on today and my guy Nathan Taylor, but neither one of them made it on. So that being said, I appreciate all of you guys. And like I said, tomorrow we'll be doing a show. We're going to be over at Ash Cigar tomorrow downtown. And then I've got to head to Dallas to do that. I'm not excited about it, and I love me once again. Want to give my condolences to Patty's 3 daughters. Love them. And want to wish them all the happiness and prayers for them. Cannot wait to give them a hug when I see them all. So that being said, I want to thank you all for all your support and for having my back these 400 shows or 387 shows or whatever it is. And I appreciate all my sponsors. I thank Carolyn. I thank you guys at Y&B. I want to thank SRB. I want to thank Collaborative Logic. I want to thank Jose Fierro and everything that they're done for us at the trucking. So I want to appreciate these guys for what they've done for me and supporting me all this time. And for the rest of y'all watching the show and becoming fans, I appreciate you too as well. So try to stay dry, try to stay cool, and try to stay out of trouble. Peace out.